Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Teri at Holding Your Space, and this is the great Diana Bowles.
Oh,
Oil painter. What the other way? That way. No, that way.
well, I have no idea because it's all backwards to me too.
Right. It's always reversed, so it's
Oh
hard.
my,
So
yeah, it sure is.
yeah.
But it comes out right when you guys are watching it, so
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know why.
So, hi, everybody. We're going to be talking about ley lines and energy today, and we will also be taking personal questions. So, Paul, I have you start. Anybody that has a personal question about your energy or anything. I mean, Diana, you're game, aren't you? You
Oh,
cover it all.
I am. I so am.
Yeah.
Phew, that's all we can say about these past few months, right? Phew.
Yeah. So, anybody that's having some things come up in their life, know that it's to be expected. Don't be, there's a lot of shame right now about old things that might come forward, which is perfectly natural.
Yeah.
And you are not judged ever. You are always held in love and cherished,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important thing to remember is that we are so cherished from the other side, but you are cherished on this side too. Let me tell you
Exactly.
that right now.
And cherish yourself. Don't leave yourself out of the mix that you send out there for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Take good care of yourself. Um, oh, you're cranky today, hypnicity. Hello. Right. I really had to talk to myself this morning and say, get out of it, girl, and tell yourself you love you because
Yeah. talk to talk to the hand.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to put my hat on for y'all to see that. Yeah, this is my signature cap. I wear it all winter long, unless it's really a blizzard. But this is my hat, and so because it's so hard to see everything, I got to take the sunglasses off, and now I can hear a little better.
It's so cute. You're such a punk rocker.
Oh, baby.
You are. You are such an anarchist. I swear, Diana. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
looks a lot like Che Guevara.
Yeah, it does. It does. We were just talking about Viva La Che, which he was such an anarchist and so cute.
Mm. Yeah, he had a way about him in the beginning, especially. Yeah, as all things, sometimes it goes crazy.
Yeah, it
Let's
does,
go
doesn't it?
crazy. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. So we'll say hi to everybody here. Hi, Deva. It's Deva, right? Deva. I don't know. My mouth isn't working well either. And I know your name, Deva. Okay. Standing in the light. Annie Bear is here. Hi, Annie Bear. I got your question. And I'm so glad you're here. I know you've got to run, so we'll get you first.
Yep.
Um, okay. Gotcha, Sue. Got that. And who else is here? Hypnicity's here. Tropical Empress and Spirit. You're seeing angels. Oh, I love that. Okay, got that. Imelda, hello, beautiful. Jessica Lynn, yes, ma'am, you got it. Gotcha. Susan, hello, beautiful. Spirit Detective is waiting for the coffee to kick in. I've had 1.5 cups of coffee, and this is my black tea that sometimes when it goes cold, I don't know that it has the same effect, right? So,
Just a little delayed.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
I've
on the
been nursing it.
LaCroix because it's summer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, Imelda, gotcha. Paul's here, Juno's here, so I think we got everybody. Rossi, hello. Oh, we
Carl,
got a good crowd
everybody.
already.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, everybody, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Deva, thank you, Deva. Okay, got it. Hey, Carl, what's up? I love his picture. Okay, hello, Denise. Yeah,
Can I read something very quickly that Annie Bear um, wrote to her family, who is celebrating the life of Carol? And of course, this is a hard time for them. And I just this is such a beautiful message, and it can apply to all of us because We all stand in a place where things have to change. You can't pick up something new if you don't let go of something. And quite honestly, letting go of something usually brings grief along with it. In honor of your grief, she says, you're all grieving a different person, the same matriarch. Hold that a moment and honor yourself. So that mother, matriarch of the family, was somebody different to everybody in the family. You know, and your relationships are all different, and the view becomes blurred. And that can create disharmony. But know one thing. She raised y'all.
Yeah. She I love that. Yeah. Annie is so eloquent
Yes.
and subtle about what she says, which she's subtle like a hammer usually, but when she writes,
My favorite hammer.
I know, I love it. I love her. So, but it's so true, and we do create our own lives, and we see what we see. I remember when my mom died years and years ago, and it was like the social worker came to the house with hospice and talked to us, and he said, "So, which one was the favorite?" And I was like, immediately, I thought, "Oh, I am, Miss Leo." And everybody else pointed to my youngest brother and said, "Oh, it was Eric." I'm like, "Really? Are you guys nuts?" It was so me, It was all about me. Oh, yeah, we can do fairies, Care Bear. How you
Oh,
doing?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No
that's,
worries, Karen.
where do you think they dance? On the ley lines, right?
Yeah, totally, totally. So where do we wanna go first with this,
Well,
Diana?
what is the ley line? Right?
Crystalline energy. Yeah,
Crystalline energy. It's a network of elemental energies. It is, and the memories of everything that ever lived, from the way above to the deep abyss below, right? So, both what's on the surface, down deep into the abyss, and as you follow these lines that you don't even know are under your feet, you reach blossoming points, nodes, places where they intersect, and magic occurs. And the spellcaster, all of you are spellcasters, step into these blossoms and grow things. Do candle magic. Send your wish out to the universe and it gets heard quicker. And so this morning I was out there going over my ley lines because I have found them. And living in Michigan, I live in an area that I'm not very far at all from a line that goes from Sault Ste. Marie up by the reservation and crosses through, runs through Detroit, and keeps right on going till it hits Machu Picchu. And then it bounces over again. So there are so many lines. There's 5 different types of lines. The Emperor Dragon line being the biggest and the greatest. But suddenly, because of what is going on above, so below, these lines are straightening out and getting wider and not collapsing. They always get wider and straighter during eclipses and solstice and equinoxes. But now they've like opened up and they haven't changed their position. So I use copper dowsing rods. And when I went out there today, I said, okay, show me the lancing line. Wait, slow down. Show me the lancing line. And it not only And here we go. And it is pointing in the direction of Lansing on my left. And it is pointing over to Lake Orion on my right. And that's exactly where they're located.
Yeah.
And so as I walk this line, you walk it, you take slow, slow steps. Now I'm looking at a map of Michigan, right? And I'm trying to find exactly where on this map is it? Which one am I? Because I have another map of Michigan that shows the Pentagon that is created over Michigan. And if you go on YouTube and tap in Michigan, curious alignments, you can get a video of this that shows you how this is formed. And
Do they do it all over the country, Diana, or is it just there? Okay.
No, I think that if you typed in your state, Google it first, type in your state, you can find something that is going to show you where lines are in your state. It's a great tool to help you get started in order to understand what it is you're actually looking for, what it is you're actually under. When this was being formed, before all of it was visible, there is a point in there, you know, the Chrysler emblem? That's the Chrysler emblem. LaFont laid out Washington, D.C. with a Pentagon just like this, based on his work with Freemasons and dowsing rods and your trusty handy compass. Now, this is going to, these two things working together will help you find where those lines intersect on the map and how it affects the territory you're in. So I'm 10 miles, 12 miles away from Lake Orion, which is hard for me to remember because growing up, it's Lake Orion.
Well, and there's a reason that most of the founding fathers were land surveyors as well.
Exactly.
They could map all this out.
My man George.
And Masons.
Yeah, and Masons, my man George.
Yeah.
And so these are, you know, this is where all of the elements and all of the memories, once upon a time, this whole land was all Lake Superior, because there was no Lake Superior, no Lake Michigan, no Lake Huron, no Lake St. Clair, no Lake Erie. It was all one great big body of water that was part of the ocean.
Yeah. And we can, oh, go ahead.
Well, and that memory is under there as well. So when I first got this set of coppers, I was sitting at the dining room table and I said, okay, can you show me where the water is? And it pointed to down the street where the lake is and right at my well. The tap is right out on my front lawn.
They will find water. And
they will find water.
And water has consciousness, and so do ley lines, and so do trees. So you can also find them with your trees. If you notice a grandmother or an auntie tree, or it might be a grandpa tree, right? But like my auntie tree is right by my back window here, which is where the ley lines are pointing at now, my auntie. And she has nubs all over. So a lot of times your ley line trees will have, you'll just know it. You can feel it, number one, but also you'll notice little, I call them nubs, but they're not really, what are they? It's like a vortex in the bark almost. It's a really interesting design.
Oh, you know, I think I sent you the picture of the rabbit inside of this tree, but really that was the taproot of the tree, and the tree had split open. And just go study the trees around you. You'll be amazed at what you find in the bark, in the roots that are coming up out of the ground.
Yeah. And I think it's fun that I think at least every block, minimum 2 or 3 fairy houses now. in my neighborhood. It's like everywhere you walk, everybody's making fairy houses in the roots of their trees for the kids. And there's little jewels down there, and there's shells,
Yep.
and there's trucks, and there's dinosaurs, and all sorts of fun stuff to find. Little people.
I'm working on a new one. This is my Honey, I Shrunk the Kids garden. Fairy
love
garden. Now I'm looking for some little toys to put in there that look like people.
Yeah. Yeah. You're Rossi says her brother's street has a whole line of huge trees with bumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bumps. Bumps.
Ba-bump, ba-bump. Yep.
And then when we go inside the earth, they also shine inside the earth. And
Yeah.
as they come into the earth, I feel like they flow a little more. It's almost like a waterfall when they intersect inside the center of the earth.
Maple trees form burlwood a lot. You know what burlwood is? When you get these little tiny knots that all collect in a spot.
Yeah.
And then when you go to slice the wood, it's in there. You see that a lot in antique furniture where the veneer was sliced thin and used for the interior of the cabinets.
Yeah.
Secretaries, things of that nature.
Yeah. Nancy Jean, her tree. I can't remember the name. Not Horace. I can't remember. Might be. Well, I don't think it's Horace, but something.
Hogarth.
Different. Hogarth. Thank you. Hogarth. Yeah. Yeah. He has all those too. Anyway, and there's also main chakras that connect with those of the earth. And some of them change and new ones are awakening now.
Yes.
Oh, Annie Berry bought crystal chips and many kinds from Etsy for my garden, for her garden. And thank you for sending me some, Annie Bear. Thank you, everybody that sent me things for my garden. I really was having a hard time with my garden because I really wanted to go native with it, with native plants. And I was letting a lot of stuff grow over. And it turns out they're not indigenous to my area. They were brought over 50 years ago or 80 years ago, but not,
and that is something, I mean, the world turns. So not only is it stuff that was brought over, but, things spread on their own. And so I, too, am trying to turn this into a permaculture.
Yeah.
And, there's things that I keep pulling out. But since it's such a struggle to get rid of it, and I certainly am not going to get that stuff, I use ammonia. If it's something that has to go, I just go get good old ammonia. And depending on what it is, either just pour it over it.
Yeah.
And it'll shrivel and it'll kill the taproot and it won't come back. And it'll take a year for the dirt itself to rejuvenate.
Yeah.
But it will rejuvenate. So you can help get rid of it in a much more natural way. I mean, ammonia, you could pee on it for that matter, because we can make our own, right? Let your dog go on the same spot over and over and you'll see the results.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So we were talking about the chakras and the different chakras. I'll just go over some of them. Mm-hmm. And we open these up a lot of times when we are meditating. I need to do another earth chakra meditation for everybody, but they're really fun to do. There is the first chakra, the sacral chakra, is at the base of the spine or root of Mount Shasta. Number 2 is the second chakra, is the sexual chakra, Lake Titicaca. Number 3 on this one, and it's kind of drawn out. The third chakra is the solar plexus, or Uluru, Ayers Rock, which is in the Olgas, which is part of Australia. Then 4 is the heart chakra, which is in Glastonbury right now, but the heart chakra moves around the earth. I can't remember how often it does that, but I really feel like the banyan tree on Maui is now a heart chakra as well.
Well, have you seen how beautiful it is this year?
Yeah, and it was
had to
hard
cut
to
a
find
lot
pictures.
away, but
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah. And okay, everybody's talking about different stuff here. Number 5 is the throat, which is the Great Pyramid Sphinx of Mount of Olives. And I just want to say that Sphinx, let's look at that, because that throat chakra holds a lot of energy in it and under it. And we're going to find out more about that soon. So that's another story for another time, but we have to do a show on that, the base of the Sphinx. Number 6, the third eye chakra has no fixed location. Again, currently it's in Glastonbury as well. That moves around. The 7th chakra is the crown, Mount Kailas, which is in Tibet. And this is a mountain where it's right by Mount Everest, but it's a holy mountain, so you don't climb it. I think there are people that are allowed on it, but you have to be Tibetan or Nepali to get on it. And I have flown over that. We took a plane while we were there in Kathmandu, and it was Yak Airlines, and you go up at sunrise, and they fly you around all the mountains. So that was a joy to see. Number 8. Sorry, it's taken me some time to find everybody. Anyway,
it's okay.
It goes up to maybe I did do 8. Yeah, I did. So number 9 is Mount Fuji in Japan. 10 is Haleakala, the crater on Maui. And 11, well, I won't bore everybody because I'm having a hard time finding it. Lake Taupo in New Zealand. So anyway, we'll go over those another time.
Right. And when you get that Venus star point going as well.
Yeah.
Ley lines go in every direction you can imagine. They don't just go north and south, east and west. And just like when I say the north node and the south node, and we're talking astrology, the nodes of ley lines is the same thing. It's the point where 2 lines intersect. So where they intersect is a blossom point. It's a node. Something can grow off of that. You look at a tree where the node is, where that node is, a leaf pops out. Eventually that leaf becomes a twig. That twig eventually turns into a branch.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, they're interesting. They also go out and attach to the light grid that goes around the planet, out in the atmosphere of the planet, to accept light and to help store light for us as we go into 5th dimension. That's all going to come together. And then you've got also ley lines that go inside the planet and dissect the planet. Yeah, the circle of life, right?
The abyss.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
The abyss, the Hopi prophecy.
Yeah.
The Kiva, going into the Kiva, is the whole thing with the Kiva is the womb of Mother Earth,
Yeah, definitely.
And so when we talk about fairies, we always refer to them as elementals. So you have your gnomes. The deepest frequency is what Teri hears all the time.
Yeah, the rock people.
Yeah, rock people. That is the deepest frequency. Let me get this.
That's a primordial.
My little book by Rory Duff. I love him to pieces.
I just watched him the other night. He was on New Realities. Yeah.
So, let's see. I tagged this because the Dragon Emperor is the biggest line. Okay, these are the rarest, most powerful, widest and lowest frequency sound energy lines currently found on Earth's surface. So that's type 5. And that's what Teri hears all the time when she hears her rocks grumbling and that.
Yeah.
And the other thing he has to say that, I've got so many things highlighted in here. I encourage you to get the book yourself. It isn't always an easy read, but it gets you started. And gets you thinking so that you can interpret it to be easy for you. Energy grid lines and their intersections. Having looked at nodes in large vortexes, the other major category of intersections are the grid line intersections. Now, the main difference I'm going to read a little bit here. The main difference between these and the other two is that these intersections do not cross over at one location. Instead, they form a tic-tac-toe, knots and crosses, grids. Rossi, how many of us see grids?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it has to be said that I do not agree with mainstream science in regards of some of their theories. We live in an electric universe governed largely by the laws expressed in the new science of plasma cosmology. And how Nancy Jean was talking about that before Rory Duff came into her life. I do not therefore agree with the standard solar model that instead support the much more sensible model of the electric sun. So our sun is electric. We are being affected by it. When those flares go off, I hear the electricity in the wires in this wall. And there are times I can be sitting in the car and hear my house humming with the motor running.
Yeah.
You know?
It does remind me of a didgeridoo, Sonia. Yeah. Yeah. And you're really susceptible to the tectonic plates as well.
Yes.
Feeling those. Yeah. And I felt them the other day too.
Yes.
I woke up and I was like, okay, what happened?
It was a great day to be sitting in a dentist chair.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And that was just Novocaine.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I wish I could visit too, Sally.
Right.
I wish we had, well, we can do it in a dream world. We know that. But wouldn't it be great if it was affordable for everybody to converge at not necessarily Burning Man, but Devil's Tower?
Yeah.
Or better still, what is it? The name of that mountain in the glowing mountain in Australia?
Oh, and the one in New Guinea, Ayers Rock?
No, the other one, the Magic Mountain there in Australia or New Zealand. It glows orange. I mean, it just gets on fire.
Yeah.
You said it as one of the.
I think that is Ayers Rock, isn't it?
Is it? Well, I don't
so.
know. I only know it from the way they say it, the way what Marianne calls it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. They do have the Blue Mountains there that are really important too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really pretty too. Okay. Well, we've got a lot of questions everybody's talking about. Hypnicity says we had a power failure and I still heard energy flowing. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's in the wires. It did, you flip a switch out there, it's still traveling.
Yeah. Annie loves your haircut. Oh, okay. Thanks, Amanda.
It's just curly today.
Alahara. I can't speak today, you guys. It's the energy is just nuts. So it's a different part of my brain. So anyway, okay. Let's get some questions going because there's a lot of Paul Freed was here early. Hello, Teri and Diana. Questions. Is there a place up in heaven called Christmas Town? Grandmother told me yes, years ago. Is it true? I love Christmas.
Well, Eddie Van Halen kept a room that was Christmas. Anytime he wanted to go in it, it was Christmas. I'd say yes, because I love Christmas too. And I heard the same thing.
Yeah. The spirit of Christmas is a thing, isn't it? And it's, there's nothing that raises your vibration more than giving and gratitude. I mean, those are twofold, right? And so, yeah, I would say so, Paul. Yeah, I would 100% say so.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
beautiful energy. One of the highest energies in the world. Oh, and her name is Barbara. I love that. I love that. Um, Standing in light with Annie Bear. Think I'm writing light codes with others like-minded workers and key lines too, or ley lines too. Yeah, definitely. And we are those ley lines are getting more defined as time goes on. As our
Yeah,
light in, grows, so do the ley lines, and like that, those solar flares, all of that coming in. The light grid is growing, and we're acclimating. And be real careful with your skin, everybody. So they're showing me that our skin too is changing because of this, because of all this energy coming in,
and
and
the
we
lack of
absorb a lot.
that used to, it's not just the ozone and all of that. SPF is important right now. It really is.
And what we put on it is really important.
Yeah,
Like, you might like Diana makes salves. That's incredible, and that's a really great way to get rid of pain. You make beautiful salves that help me.
thank
Now,
you.
our energy body as well, right, Annie? Not just our physical skin, but
Right.
our 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 auric field, and then our light bodies outside that, like a hologram. So being really careful.
So the salves I make come from earth and plants. It's comfrey and it's dandelion and plantain for boo-boos, and because that's even more antibiotic and can cure cuts. And then but you don't want to put anything like that on an open wound. It needs to breathe, it needs to release, because as things bleed, some of the germs leave as well. But once the skin begins to close on itself, then to use a salve is good. I use castor oil as a carrier because it's all the things plus what everybody else says about almond oil and neroli and olive oil. And I prefer to use the castor oil. It's a little thicker, but it's antimicrobial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory, um, all the antis. And what I've noticed is I use both the comfrey and the dandelion for pain. The dandelion is more energetic. And think about this, the dandelion during the day opens its flowers. At night, they close up and shrivel. Sometimes they don't make it a second day, and you get a new flower that opens up. And the comfrey, well, you're taking the leaves, not the flowers. So that comfrey is a heavier, and just like taking your minerals at night when you go to bed to go to sleep, and that will help you sleep, especially magnesium. So will I have discovered that the difference between comfrey and the dandelion.
Yeah, I love that.
But hypnicity, there are things you can eat to help your body, and go outside for 15, 20 minutes to get all the vitamin D that your skin needs to make. Entertainment purposes only, but you can read that online by a doctor. And that's basically what we need. After that, you start burning.
Yeah. Use water spray, moisturizing cream, and sunscreen. Sun is so intense, Sonia says.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting to buy my sunscreen till I get to England because they
Yes.
use better things in their sunscreen.
Yes. And Teresa's question here, splitting skin, use your salve on them. Yep. Tiny splits, not bleeding, but red and tender splits. So either or, but I would start with the comfrey, right? And I'm either or. I've gotten great um, endorsement on both of them doing jobs that I didn't expect them to do.
Yeah.
So take your pick. You know, dandelion has a white sap. That white sap is reminiscent of the rubber plant. Just saying, sticky glue. And then I have switched over from beeswax to using bayberries, the wax from bayberries. So now it's vegan, and my kids will use it.
Aw, that's so nice. Okay. Let's go back up here. Thank you, Annie. Sue Toffee. I'm being evicted after 7 years. Will the cats and I be accepted to new rental? Sue, I'm so sorry that's happening to you. I feel like a lot of people are getting displaced around the world right now.
I'm going to pull a card on this. Maybe two.
Yeah, Sonia, it feels like you're going to have some choices, and it might not be the first one that you pick, but the second or the third might be a better choice even. So.
You can't make this up. Are you in Michigan?
Sue, are you in Michigan, honey?
Okay, because I got Orion's Gate, and we were just talking about Lake Orion. So, you know, finding the star right now, which is the oh my God, what's the pole star right now in Orion's belt? Is Polaris? Is it Polaris? Is the pole star right now in his belt? I can't remember. Oh, shucks, I got it written down in the other room. Anyways, so look to Orion to help you manifest this, right? And then the pink rose dragon came up. And let me read what it says. Prepare your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and... Sorry, I should have put some lights on, I guess. The glasses aren't working and the letters got smaller. But I think this is what Teri says. Pick a couple places that you like.
Yeah, she's in Sydney. So I get wherever you go, you're going to have romance.
Sydney,
Sue. Yeah, it's going to be something you love. So this doesn't have to be romance with another. This can be romance with yourself, your inner self. But it feels like it's going to be someplace that really loves you back. And like Diana said, open your heart, because it's going to be a place of spiritual growth as well. So it's going to be a good place for all of you. But yeah, if you can look for 2 or 3 places and pick out the best one, the best hit. So
I found it. It's Uluru is the name of the mountain in Australia.
Yeah.
She triggered me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Sue. Let's see. Okay, we got that. Got that.
That guy.
Harris Rock. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it had 2 names.
Teri, I've seen angels on a few different occasions, but I don't understand why exactly. Because you're of the light, tropical empress and spirit. And not only are they your guides, but you've probably, in some dimension, that's what you do. And I think that's what a lot of us do that are here right now. We're star beings, and we come to this planet to help others see light.
Right.
Yeah.
And they are the highest of the elementals. Right. And they are showing us the way to that is life everlasting.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love that. Um, you're welcome, Sue. Yeah. Everybody's talking castor oil in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the latest rage. It's been brought back because it got tapped down when other things wanted to be sold. But why use your food grade olive oil for your skin when you got something better out there like castor oil for your skin?
Yeah. So you get water. Water is consciousness. And water, like I love it that water in New Zealand is actually a divine being also. I mean, they are contributing it to planetary rights to the waterways now there. So use your imagination with it. And I know you do, Tropical Empress and Spirit, but look at all that blue light that you have coming in with that. And it's like a new realm coming in. I love this. It's kind of hard to see, but this is like a table
Oh,
with
it's
crystals
gorgeous.
around it and a
Yeah.
light pyramid with all these beautiful, beautiful blue beings above it. So that might be an idea of where you come from. You'll know where you come from, but which light beings. And there's different light beings on different planets, and it's different colors that come in. So I love your bells. I love that.
And there was a drop down that just brought a tear to my eye because Pat Sajak is stepping down from Wheel of Fortune. And how long have we played that game with him being the star, right?
Yeah.
Mostly it brings back memories of childhood.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of this going on for me lately.
Right? Yeah, a lot of tears coming up easily. And shame, they keep talking about shame. Have no shame about that.
No.
Jessica Lynn, for you, I get your gifts are opening up. Do I always get this for you, Jessica Lynn? I feel like this is not the first time I've pulled that card for you. But when I see your energy, I always see these beautiful gifts coming up. And look at the colors, the yellow and the pinks that are coming in for you. Really that pink, that high heart energy. And shadow work, like we were just talking about. So don't be surprised if you've got some shadows coming up, like whether it's shame or grief or resentment, it's
Well,
okay. Don't have shame about that.
these two cards go right with you because the first one is guidance. And look at all that beautiful color.
Oh, wow. Those are beautiful.
And the next one was memories. And where does our shadow work lie? And, the clock striking is always a sign, and Pat Sajak dropping down here. So, and then on the bottom of the deck, I have to show you this because it's beautiful. The wings of light, the divine feminine. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of an adventure too, Jessica Lynn, that you're starting on. Mm-hmm. So just all that growth that you've got coming up. When we look at things with curiosity, it takes away the fear and the grief and the shame. It changes the whole energy of it. I want to pull that. Yeah, you definitely had some shadows coming up right now. Yeah, a lot of us do, Jessica. It's planetary, isn't it? These shadows that are coming up for us. It's like in our astrology charts, isn't it, right now? So
yeah, it's just out there. Sedna's went into Gemini. She's at 0 degrees. Sedna's going to be in Gemini for 40 years. This is showing all kinds of what has been sacrificed, what we let go of, how we adapt, how we change, how things, it's a natural way of life. And then we are going to have, she is in a trine to Pluto, and that is what his job has been. And he's about to go back for a moment into Capricorn, but he's sitting at 0 degrees of Aquarius. What a beautiful sextile between the two of them. And that's going to go on for another 3 years, because then they've got the orbs in between. And that is all about showing us how to be in our highest integrity.
Yeah.
And how to heal.
Imelda would like a message.
Yeah.
Imelda, are you about to start doing something? Because they're saying, don't wait. Like, kind of like you're getting ready to jump off the fence and start into something new. And you might still be watching. You might still be looking at what you want to do, but again, no shame in that, because some change is coming in for you, honey. Yeah, you're at a crossroads. Of course, that came up, the raccoon. So he gets into everything, doesn't he, that little raccoon?
Yeah. Oh. So
And just, you'll know the frequency of what you're going to do. So you'll be able to feel it. You're thinking of options, Imelda? Yeah.
Well, that's funny, because they were showing me a book, and you're going like this in the book, like, okay, what does that say? And then you do it again, and you pick another page, and it's stabbing in that.
Yeah.
And so what I got was fertility. You're filled with ideas, right? And the abundance Mandela. There you are. You're filled with all of those ideas and choices, just as you say, and just as Teri hit on right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
The jumping off point.
You've got really good options. I mean, I don't know if it looks like it from where you're sitting, Imelda, but it's going to mean a lot of growth. So, and I think it's going to manifest abundance, is what it looks like. Okay.
Sorry, just button in there.
No, this was perfect. Rossi, I feel my Reiki is helping people bring up past trauma for healing. Is this part of what I need to use Reiki for? Yeah.
Flat out, yes. And I can see you becoming a cord cutter as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gift. So that shadow work is a gift. And some people look at shadows and they get scared, but really it's like a black velvet. That's kind of how I look at it. It's soft. It's amazing. And when you go into it with love and light, then that shadow work really, loving what happened, loving that about yourself, that you've been there, and honoring yourself that you went through that growth spurt, that FGO.
Yeah.
You stood in your, what. So, honoring yourself with that. And that's when you see the light is the hole in the darkness. So
they were showing me like a big fat boat.
Yeah.
Kind of a rope that you throw over to moor a big ship.
A line.
And then a great big old Bowie knife, and you taking it and cutting those cords. So I think this is something that not only is perfect for you with Reiki, but something else that you can get into from there. That's going to stem from there. Just look.
Wow.
I just cut the deck. That's all I did. And this card was for you. You are the guidance.
Wow. You are the light. That's beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
I like what Annie said too. If you want to really light up, face your inner darkness. Yeah. Yeah. The black velvet. It's a holiday fabric. Do I have any ancestral history with Alcatraz? I thought that was pretty interesting, Hypnicity. I kind of love that question. Well, I do love that question.
Oh, and yeah, because you didn't get the words out of your mouth completely, and I saw it. And I saw the Birdman.
Yeah. Carl, I see part of your question, or, okay. Okay. Oh, that's about something else. Hypnicity, Alcatraz. It feels like you're probably channeling some rock people too there, and like that Easter Island energy, not just that, but that, and that you got the rocks and the water together is huge. I see some movement happening there. So I don't know if that's tectonic plates that have to do with that, but I felt like they were part of a different country or a different dimension at some time. And then I get the cardinal directions. So yeah, they were a very spiritual place, and this is a place where you can be your whole self.
And I think it is a spiritual place. I think it became, well, of course, it was taken away from its original source for the Native Americans,
Yeah.
and so I also got a big hit on Papillon.
Oh, New Guinea.
Yes, and
Yeah.
the island of New Guinea and the isolation of the prison in New Guinea, and that I think Alcatraz strikes a chord because of that connection. So it is golden light that you will find by facing this.
Wow.
And so I had to go to the Tarot, and the Cosmic Tarot gave you first the Three of Wands,
Oh,
which is
beautiful.
seeking overseas. That came up right after I heard Papillon, but Alcatraz is also an island. And then we had the Nine of Swords.
Wow.
So whether it's you directly or a family member.
Yeah. Your dad worked in San Francisco, and it always felt like it didn't belong there, like it's a ship out of its place. Oh, and it's under the Golden Gate Bridge. I love that, and that's like another portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it is a portal.
Yeah.
That might be where your star people come in too. That would make a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And wasn't Napoleon on an island too?
Yeah. Where
I
did
mean,
he
they
get?
do that sometimes.
He got sent
Is it
to
Malta? Somewhere in
Yes.
Malta? Yeah.
Yeah. And he was put into isolation.
Yeah. Yeah. He got out of there once.
Yeah. Once.
That little booger. Okay. Fatima. Love this, Fatima. I had a vision of Jesus and Archangel Michael. I am wondering if I should share it on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yep.
No cards needed.
No cards needed. Go for it, Fatima.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a beautiful thing. I mean, sometimes we think, I mean, I brought up the rock people, right? You know, you bring up stuff and you're like, oh, they're really going to think I'm nuts with this one. But nothing's off limits right now. You know,
Right.
Everything's coming in. Yeah. It's beautiful, Fatima. I love that. I'll watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Linda Service. Hi, I've been told I live on the ley lines and the elements walk with me. If I can ask a question, am I moving? And good morning, ladies. Blessed be. Ooh, is she moving? And the elements walk with you. You know, you can carry. He was in Elba and later St. Helena. Thank you, Rossi. Yeah, Elba. That's it. Elba.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sounds like Malta.
Yeah.
They're both drinks.
An Elba and a Malta.
Yeah.
On some planet they are.
Yeah. Well, malted milk, you know.
Oh, I get it. Okay. It, you know, like I said, words in my brain this week are like, have I been told live on the ley line and what? I think wherever you move, Linda, they're going to come with you.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is a one-off.
Yeah. I especially see that you have a dragon that's not going to go away just because you move. Now, some of the fairies may be sending their children out and not so much the grounded stone people or the gnome himself who is already mining there, and his life is like, I ain't moving, but my kids can go. So others that you are familiar with, the younger generation.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes like our don't think that your tree energy just lives in your tree.
Yeah.
Because they can move their root system. I mean, they're interconnected all over the planet.
It moves, right. So don't forget, when you get there, there's going to be more that come with the area you live. And just as Teri is saying about the tree root spreading out and sending out the message and the energy. So the message will get through from where you are to where you are going, and they will rise to your occasion.
Yeah. Your change, you'll still have your moon. You'll still be
There
under
you
the
go.
same stars. Yeah.
There you go. I was going to grab that deck too.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a time for you? She wants to know.
A time. Okay.
This is the 18th card.
Oh, that's funny because 8 is what I was getting in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. This card number is 18. So something 18. With an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
That could be
months, weeks.
Yeah. Right? Or it could be you're there on the 18th. Because, no time or space.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's your lucky number, 18. Yeah. Linda. 19 is my lucky number. Yeah.
I got them all. No.
Yeah. Well, 19, 29, 3, 11. Yeah.
Sure. Anything. Mine is in the 369 Tesla.
Yeah. 369. 108. 108 is a big one. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
So, okay. Are you done? Do you want me to move on next one?
I got the Empress.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's impressive.
And I was getting an 8, and the clock did the half hour, which gave us 8 gongs.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Okay. Now, yeah, the elementals are everywhere, aren't they? And yeah, sometimes when we move, like you'll have I call them a district manager. The ancestors of the planet will come with us. They'll move around with us.
Yeah.
But they might have a different district manager at that area. So it might be somebody else's area.
Yeah, they're going to love you because I was shuffling and just flipped and the Empress came up again. So you got this.
Yeah. You're the boss, lady.
Mm-hmm. When I first moved to this house, I was putting up a little fairy garden on one side of my porch, and it's just a little thingy. And, but I was taking leftovers of yard trash and side of the road and pipes and all kinds of stuff. And I built them a dining room and a theater and a place to go dancing. And that summer, I had fairy ring mushrooms all the way where they had danced that continued to come back all summer long. Now, mushrooms come and mushrooms go, depending on how much moisture there is. And there wasn't that much moisture that mushrooms should have continued to grow, but the fairy rings kept showing up. Wow. So they were partying at night. They were working by day over here at the porch and then going on down and having a party at night.
Yeah. Yeah. Sue says, Teri and Diana, thank you regarding the trees. I'm sad to leave my beloved tree. So thank you both. Yeah. I would be too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your tree will find you.
Yeah.
And send a heartbeat from another through another.
Um, 100%, Teresa Ford. Can we talk to cells and remind them to replicate according to the proper DNA code? Yeah. And let's just say we're at the golden age of science and art right now, and there's going to be so many new things coming in that they're going to use, and that's another magic is the new sciences that are coming in, and there'll be some hits and misses as they're doing it, but not only can you do it that way, but you're all creators, um, and you can tell your cells what you want. Entertainment only. I'm not a doctor by any means, but we can tell things like I had a spot on my back and I was like, well, if I manifest, then I'm going to manifest not having that spot on my back. And it has been there for like 3 years. My doctor kept saying, oh, you're going to need surgery to get rid of that. I mean, it was not attractive, little bump and not big, but I was like, well, if I can manifest and I can just say goodbye and it's gone. So, yeah, start manifesting yourselves.
Exactly. You can manifest the positive as well. And the DNA is changing. Our DNA is changing.
Yeah.
Especially as we are ascending. I mean, we as light workers are striving for this to happen, and we don't even realize that that's like a side effect of what's going on. And it's helped along by the electric sun that keeps sticking us with her radiation.
Yeah. All that junk DNA is coming alive. Now, that said, you may have a contract, a soul contract that you wrote. So this might be an experience. Sometimes people come in and they have an experience and consciousness that they want to explore. So, there is that. But maybe you change your contract. So, I think your higher self knows. But okay. Now, gosh, we're just getting through them. So we've only got a few more.
Okay.
I think
we're good.
Okay. Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Gnomes in my plants. Yeah, I love the gnomes too. One of my cousins paints me gnomes all the time. I love it. So I'm trying to fill up the soffit that's in my kitchen. So
Yeah.
with all of his paintings of different seasonal gnomes, and then each one will have a chance to take center stage.
Yeah. I love that. Carl, I'm sorry. I thought that was a question for us, but I think it was just replying, which is great because I love the way you guys are. There's so many teachers here in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's live. Yeah.
Definitely.
You guys are glowing. Sally, how do I grow my ability? Slow down, little lass. That's what I'm hearing.
Roots need watering and nurturing, and that's where you have to start. You need to nurture yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely. You seem to be in a place where you have to justify being able to take care of you. Why? Why are you doing that?
I get temperance. So, yeah.
Yeah. And
Right.
I got the justice card. There we go, finding balance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you're right where you're supposed to be, Sal. It's like, yeah. Beautiful. Exactly where you need to be right now. Reverend Saul used to always say that we've been given Maseratis, but we only know how to drive a jalopy. So, yeah. So and Sally's been given a Maserati for sure. So,
right?
Yeah, Sally, you are right where you're supposed to be. You're a Sagittarius. Go, go, go. Right?
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When's your birthday? My moon is Sagittarius. My sun is Sagittarius. One of my sons is a Sagittarius. And all my best friends almost all of them, they were either the same day as his birthday, November 28th, or November 26th, as I was growing up.
Yeah.
Till I was in my 30s.
Okay. Oh, good. And this is the last one.
Oh,
Sonia, if time allows, am I working with ley lines?
I think we all do, and we're not necessarily aware of it.
Yeah.
So you can make dowsing rods out of anything from sticks to wire coat hangers. My dad used to make them. In fact, my dad is who taught me how to use them back when I was a kid, because he would make them. Hickory wood makes it really good because hickory really loves to be near water. So water is a very big conduit for being able to follow ley lines.
Yeah. Yeah. Hickory switch, right?
Yeah.
I've been up in the mountains in Yosemite before and just pick up a couple of sticks. I keep getting these 2 cards. So you're getting the directions, and look at all that beautiful design in there. So definitely you're finding them, and your whole self knows, like, you don't really need a tool, I feel like, but you might have fun with one, but you've got the right direction. The direction is always going up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So pathways of light.
Yeah. Boy, that's a good one.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Perfect for Sonia, especially with that picture. And then we have the Fool, who has a couple of different tools. Take your pick. And just start out, take a leap of faith. This is my own camera, right? I mean, the camera that comes with my iPad, and it likes to focus in on things.
I love the way it's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody has vertigo.
Well, wow, we did it. That was great. Yeah, I know there were a few questions that we missed that came in later, or I missed them because I'm
That's for everybody. This is on the bottom of the deck, the truth card. Stand in your truth. And you'll never fail, because you'll never have to remember what you said.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get that. The balance. So, yeah.
That's awesome. The bottom of this deck was the sun. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks everybody for being here. This was so much fun. When's your birthday, Deva?
November 27th is Diva.
It's Deva.
Oh, Deva. Okay, sorry.
I know that now, and I will remember it now, Deva. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Truth and justice for all. Right, Teresa? Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Yeah. Standing in the light for sure. Yeah. So everybody have a great weekend. Diana, what are you doing next? I know you've got a lot of things coming up.
What am I doing? What am I doing? I think I don't have anything. I will do garden readings with Angela, but Sunday is Father's Day, and my brothers have an event that they're playing for, so I'm going to that event. So we'll probably do it tomorrow or Monday. And then Tuesday, I have Akashic Records and the Dream Show. And then Thursday, I'll be on with Mark and Allie on Heart and Soul Connected for mediumship readings.
Oh, lovely. So we have I have tomorrow, I'll be on with Dr. Gal at 12 Central. Yeah, if anybody wants to come on and find out about your star family or anything intergalactic or health related too. She's a registered nurse, chiropractor, all sorts of stuff. Diana, song request above from Paul.
Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart, caused by you. Oh my God, yeah, put me on the spot. You don't remember me, but I remember you.
Oh,
Was not so long ago. You broke my heart in two. Tears on my pillow. Pain in my heart caused by you.
I love it. That's beautiful.
You.
Yeah, I love that
Was
song
not
too.
so. Yeah, I love Little Anthony and the Imperials. Oh my!
Oh,
First
love
slow
them.
dance I ever danced with a boy.
Mhm, girl.
Yeah.
And Sunday, I'm going to do
Yep.
a healing with a healing event. And so, anybody that hasn't signed up for that, please do. It'll be with Kevin Lewis, the healing medium, and Diana Freebird Spirit, JJ Tuta Speaks, and Lisa Smith at Spirit Intuitive.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it'll be a Zoom event and you have to sign up for it. And there's information in my community section for that if anybody's interested. So, thank you all for being here. Lots of love, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Teri.